Okay, Wizards, I'm buying the book. I signed up for the stupid mailing list thing. I'm checking wherever the other rest of the stories are. I legit forgot. I'm buying the new set. I'll buy the Mythic Edition. There, I'm buying everything. I'm buying the Planeswalker decks, whatever the hell you put in the next gift pack that obviously I'm going to need for standard. I'll buy those too. And then I played Arena, okay? Can you leave me alone now? My wallet is literally in flames on my desk in front of me. Are you done? Oh my gosh.
Hey, stop! Why? This is sickening.
But wait, there's more, everyone. Japanese alternate art Planeswalkers, because you didn't spend enough money. This is your fault. You asked for this, apparently. So War of the Spark is all about Planeswalkers. With 36 different characters represented, the set truly showcases an all-out war for the fate of the multiverse being fought on Ravnica. We wanted to do something special to commemorate this event in Japan. Why? Why specifically Japan? You lost me. I'm gone. I fell off the logic train, and clearly so did you. So we worked with Japanese artists to create alternate art versions of every Planeswalker in the set. All 36 Planeswalkers of War of the Spark were reimagined beautifully. Oh, they were reimagined the first time you drew them for War 2 by artists well known throughout Japan, including Yoshitaka, whatever the hell that says, Amano. Oh, I get it. It's Yo Shit, aka Amano. That makes sense. That's an artist name. So at least I can't hyperbole SJW them back in their face and say cultural appropriation units copying Japanese culture. Well, they're actual Japanese artists. So like, not really. A little bit, but not really. I mean, I could barely even make that exaggerated joke. But why did they pick Japan, and why do they have to celebrate this commemorative whatever the hell they just said in the first paragraph that didn't even lead into this sentence? In Japan. The set has nothing to do with Japan at all. Japan isn't even mentioned in this whole section right here. So I'm going to jump to the conclusion that it might be so they can sell this to weebs. That might be it. That's my working theory. I mean, I like anime. I wouldn't say love anime. I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with anime. I wouldn't say that I've completely abandoned real life in favor of anime like some people. But I also take issue with tons of stylistic choices in it, and I pick apart stuff, and there's certain things about it I don't like. I'm not one of those, oh, Japan can do nothing wrong people. So let's take a look at these. Oh boy, we've got Karn, who looks most the same. We got Ugin, who looks like a butterfly. That's ridiculous. We got Gideon, who looks all animeified. I don't even know the names of half these. We got the Wanderer, so that one nobody knows the name of. Then we got Shield Guy, who likes geometry. Then we got Jace, who likes mysteries. He looks pretty cool. That's actually a pretty well done one. The Wanderer, I mean, come on, she was pretty much anime in the first place. Then we got I don't know who the hell that is. Who's that? Narset, maybe? Then we got dude from the book that I never learned his name. That doesn't seem to match. I don't think he was a bad guy in the book, but then again, I didn't read it. It's literally free and I didn't read it. What does that tell you about whether or not I'm actually ordering the book? Liliana, that's ridiculous. That is not her. That's just, she's wearing like Japanese stage makeup or whatever. That is ridiculous. Then we got Rakdos. He looks like he's blasting off to go get Elon Musk's car or something. But other than that, he looks pretty good. Chandra, obviously looking super badass. I mean, come on. Then we got Jaya. She looks pretty cool. That's not bad. Who the hell is that? Sarkhan, or is that just Wang again? Okay, so we got Japanese Wang. Why he has a blue streak in his hair, I don't know. It's probably some kind of reference to a blue check mark on Twitter. Tybalt looks pretty badass. That's pretty well drawn. I legitimately have no idea who that is. That can't be Nyssa. Okay, this is Nyssa. I seriously don't know who that is. Then we got, okay, screw the artwork on this one. Looks amazing. Great, cool. But how does he planeswalk with his dog? You cannot, post-mending, take organic matter with you while planeswalking, and yet his dog's always with them. I don't know shit about his backstory, but explain that one. You know what? Fuck it, I'll explain it. His dog's the planeswalker. He's a robot android controlled by the dog. Boom. Spoiled it for everybody. Suck it. Then we got Nyssa, who just somehow looks amazingly slutty. I don't know how they did it, but they did. Something about that pose. Then we got, who's that? Vivian, probably? That one honestly doesn't look that great. Ajani, I mean, come on, he's easy as hell to draw. Then we got Domri, who looks way cooler than he does, way buffer than he actually is, way taller than he should be, way more aggressive than he actually is, and way cooler than he actually is. I don't know about that one. He's kind of like a skinny reject dork, from what I understand. Then we got Nicol Bolas. This one looks absolutely terrible. That looks like what's that one meme where the dude looks unhappy? Like that's him. The mouth, just my god. Ral, he looks pretty baller. Soren, I don't know. I think they went a little far with that one. Tamio, I mean, she was Japanese in the first place, even though, FYI, there is no Japan. Everyone's like, didn't you know she's already Japanese? And I'm like, didn't you know there is no Japan in the multiverse? But if you call Kamigawa Japan, okay. Here's my issue with them. Fuck this art. Let's talk about the last art because I got a lot of comments about this. I wanted to make a separate video, but I don't need the thumbs down. The first one, the artist explained it as, I wanted to draw like a mythical, like purposely non-human, like humanoid, but purposely not human, not Japanese humanoid looking person, because it's supposed to be like the rabbit people or whatever. I think rabbits have something to do with them. I don't know. I suck at lore. But the artist had stated that she wanted it to look like the Japanese ideal for beauty, but also like not human and a little bit more animalistic and a lot like a rabbit. So the shape of her head, her face, her neck, everything was supposed to resemble a rabbit. That's what they were going for. The new version of Tamio, it looks like they just told the artist, I don't know, make her look kind of Japanesey. So they just Googled Japanese lady and then stuck her face on her. She doesn't look anything like a rabbit. She looks exactly like a human. It's like they're just like, I don't know. I don't know why they didn't draw her Japanese the first time, but draw her Japanese this time. So they just went with flat face, normal features, normal size neck, normal size nose. They completely fucked her completely up. So that's my issue with the new art, not, oh, they made her Japanese all of a sudden. Everybody's like, but she always was Japanese. Well, she always was a rabbit person is the actual truth, so no, you're wrong. So now in this one, I don't even know what the hell to think of this. I'm so pissed off about the way they did the new one. They just completely ruined her artwork. She's one of the best looking damn Planeswalkers, best designed for a humanoid that's a non-exact specific human I've ever seen in the history of the game. And then they're just like, I don't know, Japanese old lady, fuck it. So anyway, moving on, we've got Teferi, who kind of looks the same. He's so damn inconsistent. He looks like Eddie Murphy or Charlie Murphy in one of them, then he looks like fucking like Drake in another one. It's ridiculous. So this one, cool. He kind of looks normal, I guess. I don't know. There's no normal for him. I wish this card would burn in hell too, by the way. Angrath looks fucking beast mode awesome, of course, because you can't draw him not awesome because he's fucking Angrath. Then we got the creepiest looking... what's her face? I just keep calling her Windsock Head. I legit keep forgetting her name because every time she pops up, I call her Windsock Head. Yes, I know it's not necessarily a she, but guess what? That's a female chin, so we're going with she. I don't care that, it's a genderless undead construct. Shut the hell up. She's a she. Oh yeah, it's Ashiok. Anyway, Ashiok Windsock Head, which is her actual formal name, by the way. I don't know if you knew that in the lore. Yeah, she's supposed to look all creepy and devious and long creepy fingernails, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that's how she normally looks. I think they exaggerated a little bit, but it fits. It fits her personality and abilities. Then we got Dovan. I don't know. He just looks pretty Dovan-y, whatever. Then we got, what's her face? They made her look like, the Boondocks. Like, if you really zoom in on her face, she looks exactly like she came out of the Boondocks, which was a fantastic, I'll say anime just to piss people off. Then we got this version of, what's her face? Ghost Lady Kaya, is that what it is? I don't remember. I don't know. It looks like what a Japanese person thinks a black person would look like. I hate to say it, but that's what it is. So they're just like, I don't know, 80s Afro, which, I mean, like, disco died, but apparently not in Japan, if you've seen a couple different animes. So I don't know. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's offensive, like, whatever, but at best, it's ignorant. I don't think it's, like, the world's greatest artwork or worst or most offensive, but it's just kind of funny. I don't know. It's just, it doesn't look like her. She doesn't look sneaky. She just looks super early 90s anime-ified. Like, in a bad way. Then we got Kiora. I can't even talk. We got Kiora. She's about to get eaten by a seal, I guess. I don't know why. She didn't really look any different either. Then we got, the hell's her face? Nahiri? Well, at least for the first time ever, she looks the least bit dissimilar from that one character from Farscape. So I'll give her that. This is honestly an improved version. Then we got affirmative action hire who did nothing in the story. The hell's her name? Sahili, I think. They made her look about 12. That's just weird. I don't know. She just somehow looks way younger. I don't know. It's Japan. Then we got, who the hell is this? This honestly looks like Gideon. The hell? Well, I guess they drew, isn't this what's her face from Mama and Cat? They drew her like a man, which is fitting because she kind of looks like a man in the other artwork, but boy, they doubled down on that one. Absolutely terrible artwork. Then we got the most exaggerated, ridiculous, over-the-top version of Vraska I've ever seen in my life, and that includes, like, shit from fan sites. Holy crap, that is not Vraska. That is some kind of tentacle monster, which... It's Japan. Am I surprised? No. So that's my review of all the wonderful artwork. Let's read the finale so I can go do something more productive. These alternate versions appear randomly in Japanese language War of the Spark boosters, replacing the regular version of the Planeswalker in the pack 50% of the time. Oh, so you got to buy double. So you already have to buy double if you want these, but then you have to buy double. Yep. We've made Japanese boosters available to retailers around the world. Oh, good. So you can find them nearby where you live. It's almost like they just wanted to make a new thing, so you got to buy more shit. Cool. Well, got to is probably not the right term, but some people will. Just one more collectible where if you're like, these are awesome, cool, you got to shell out even more money. Great. And then the problem is, these are playable. These aren't just like gold bordered, who cares collectibles. Oh, it's a nice thing. Oh, we appreciate Japanese art. Like that would have been cool if these were gold bordered unplayable and they were just like flat $1 across the board or something, like $2. That would be awesome. No, these are playable. So like if you want the nickel bolas because it looks cool, which what the hell is wrong with you? His lips look terrible. You got to pay Nicol Bolas price for him and probably more. It'll probably be $35. So that's a problem. And then if you're just like, oh, I like Sorin and he'll be like worthless in the set, which I think is not true. I don't remember what any of these do, which brings up a little bit of a good point. Then maybe you could get away with like $1, I don't know, $2, $3. I don't know. These should be floating around quite a bit now that they upped the print volume through the moon. Hopefully these were actually printed on the Japanese printing press. They didn't say nothing about that because that paper is a little bit nicer. They did downgrade their paper a while ago too, unfortunately, but the ink is way better and the number of misprints is like negligible. Which, by the way, brings up another good point. If you get a misprint to one of these, it's probably worth some serious money because not only are there less of these than the normal version, I would assume, but they don't make mistakes if these are printed on the Japanese printing facility. They actually have these things called quality standards. Oh, and this other wonderful thing called printing presses from this century. So yeah, if you get a misprint, try and sell that on like Facebook or eBay or something. So anyway, yeah, these are like hard to get, and then everybody's gonna want them because everybody's a freaking anime weeb who plays Magic. And by everyone, I mean like a quarter of the community from my experience. And and then they're going to put them in their deck and nobody's going to know what the hell they do. So then you have to get out your phone and look up the real version. And everything about this is just a pain in the ass and a waste of money. But then again, if you're like, whoa, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen, I want it. Like, I totally get you there. Some of these look super ultra badass. And these are like officially sanctioned fan art, sort of. I mean, it's like done by professionals, but it kind of has that feel where it's like, oh, here's a Japanese style reimagining of it. And people are like, oh my God, I'm super into that. So like, it's kind of cool that it exists, but it's also just a scam to get more money. So I don't know. I'm on the fence. Like if you want it, I'm not going to be like, no, boycott it. It's terrible. But I think it should have existed and they should have done it? No, not really. So we'll see how this does, how it sells, who plays it, how annoying they get. I mean, I can't read any of this, obviously, so I'd hate to try to take somebody's word for it about how a new card's ability works when there's 36 of them. I just think that's rough. I've played against, and you guys have heard this on the LJS from Hell stories, but I'll reiterate it. I played against somebody with all Japanese cards. He taught English in Japan, which, as you may have heard, is a trap and a terrible idea, so he's an idiot. But he was a complete ass with no personality. He was one of those no fun allowed, I'm here, but I'm not going to enjoy it type people. And he refused to translate the names of the cards. Now, I knew what every single card in the set did, but he had Japanese cards that were reprints from like 10 years ago. So I didn't know the art, and I didn't know the name, and I didn't know the card. So I'm just like, can you at least tell me what card it is, the name of the card? You don't have to translate it word for word. I mean, you wouldn't even be obligated to do that at FNM technically within the rules. Although if you call a judge over to translate a card, he's going to tell you to get the hell out. He's just going to suspend your game and kick you out. So he just outright refused. I'm like, okay, what does that ability do then? He's like, you take 2 damage. I'm like, why? What card is it? And he's like, I'm not going to tell you. I'm like, well, then I'm not taking 2 damage. That went really well. So that's like God tier weeb right there. Like that you're not even a functional part of society at that point. But that expands beyond being a weeb. He's just an asshole. Not to lump those two together. But if somebody tries to pull that shit or purposely mistranslate or misrepresent what one of these does, or accidentally, really all of them are bad scenarios, you almost can't even play with these. I could see individual stores, because they've done this in the past, that's why it's not me making this up, having an English only rule, which is not part of the game. You're not supposed to do that at the REL of FNM, which is rules enforcement level, but for simplicity and because of problems in the past, I could see stores implementing a policy like that, and a ton of them have that policy already. So yeah, everything about this is bad unless you think it's a cool product and want it, that it's kind of cool for you. Other than that, no, there's no upside. So these cards will also be available, by the way, in Wizards Play Network promo packs during Core Set 2020 play season. I think that's when they're implementing the pack giveaways with multiple promos instead of individual ones. I assume that's what they mean. Otherwise, like promo pack, I've never really heard of that. But I think that's what they referenced in the past, but they're like not out yet. Not that I would know. I haven't been at FNM in like 2 or 3 months because fuck Standard right now. I'm not going to sit there and play against Esper and waste my time. I'd rather do literally anything else. I think I watched Netflix last Friday, fell asleep, woke up, and then made a video. So that was more entertaining than playing against Esper. So anyway, the alternate art Planeswalkers will only have been printed in Japanese, but will also appear in promo packs around the world. So you can't get an English version of this. Fantastic. Or German or Italian or French or Spanish or Portuguese. Or I'm sure I forgot some. I think I forgot about 10 of them. But yeah, it'll be in 1 in 4 packs. So good luck getting those. You can go to FNM for an entire month and maybe get one. Wow, cool. So in other words, you're going to be buying these out the secondary market or trading with somebody who specifically doesn't want these because they're legally playable, but they don't know what the hell it says, which is annoying because then you almost have to have an English one in front of you, which then you have to buy anyway. So, what were they thinking? What were they thinking? I think the extent of their thinking on this was, I think a bunch of our players are way too big of weebs. Let's make this. And that was the end of it. So if you're a stupid, angry weeb that I pissed off, leave a thumbs down. Otherwise, if you're a sane person who gets where I'm coming from and realizes that this is just a cash grab while being still kind of cool, leave a big old thumbs up. Or if you just don't give a shit, leave a thumbs up because clearly who cares at that point. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time Wizards does something equally idiotic. Probably tomorrow.